Okay, dudes, you can't have enough knives, you can't have enough watches, and you can't have enough flashlights. Says nothing fancy. Okay, well, to a point. To a point. You may have too many, but dang, they're fun. They are fun, especially Olight. These special colorations they do, you see one on the table, the Perun 2. Goodness gracious, they are so fun. They're so fun, and I'm a sucker for colors. Colored knives, colored flashlights, different variations of watches. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm a sucker for it. I think a lot of you guys are too. Now, one of my elite TMP donors said in my Olight Warrior Mini review covering Gens 1 and 2, said if he has another package come from Olight, his wife is going to slap him in the face. Here we go again. Women beating up men. Go watch that philosophy video in YouTube. Oh, actually, I posted it on the A channel too. It got surprisingly low views. Oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it. Cool. More gear reviews in. That's what they're telling me. When the philosophy videos tank, as that one totally did, yeah, I'll just do what I normally do. I have a diversity of content, the world's best video gear adventure channel. Here we go with the Perun series of lights, nothing fancy style. I hope this will be 20 minutes or less. I'll try, dudes. So if you are short on time, do what I always say. Put it on 1.25 speed, 1.5 speed. That's actually what I do frequently when I'm watching all kinds of videos in YouTube. And by the way, I never watch gear reviews. Never watch flashlight reviews, knife reviews, watch reviews anymore. I just, fresh. You're getting fresh stuff. Fresh takes on these lights, watches. This is a mundane jumbo. It's like a 40 mil. Great watch though, so fun. Those hands are actually backlit from the rear. So if you shine a light on them, they illuminate from the rear. This is an aftermarket strap I put on it. Kind of difficult because the pins are so recessed. Here, the spring bars. And I just put a note when I put the battery in. The batteries in these last about a year, maybe a year and a half. They're not super long distance batteries, which is kind of sad. This is an O bulb. That's super cool light that Olight puts out. And I have a lantern video in the haunted remote cabin. Go look that up and we talk about that light. And this is like a Hummer model just because it's fun. No, I would never drive one of these around for real. I hate Hummers as vehicles, but they sure look cool. You don't see too many anymore, do you? Especially with gas at $7 a gallon. Thank you, Biden. Bring Trump back. Thank you. That's right. I said it. No regrets. Okay, on we go with a flashlight review. I'm going to do the Perun 2 and the Perun Mini. You see one of each on the table. I've had these for quite some time, actually. I've used them somewhat, not extensively. I usually put a lot of wear on my S2, my S20s, and now my Warriors. Here's a beautiful white Mini 2, Gen 2 Warrior. There you go, with a protection lens on it. Look at that cool color though. And if you guys get the special edition colors, here's the good news. If your wife threatens to slap you upside the head again if you don't get rid of some of your flashlights, these will maintain their value. They're actually going to go up. So this beautiful rainbow coloration of Perun 2, very limited edition, sold out in like 10 minutes, no doubt. I was lucky enough to buy one. Olight did not give this to me. I bought it. Here's the box that comes with it. If you kept this in box, you could eBay it easily a year later for probably, I would say $50 more than you paid for it. That's a ballpark. So they're actually investments if you get a special edition color. Sadly, I don't know if the black would qualify unless, this is a big asterisk, unless it's like discontinued. Any discontinued light, I think there will be a market for it on the secondary market. Guys will want it. And I will give you as an example, like the S20, the non-rechargeable one. This is one of the beat up ones that I've been showing you guys. The S20R Baton 2. Those, especially in different colors, even in a black color, those will sell all day long. And why do I know this? Because I've bought them. I've bought them off eBay. Yeah, I've just said, yeah, I'll go check it out. And Once in a while I'll do it. I usually will buy direct from the Olight website, and their prices are, well, pretty good. Let's get down to the details of these lights. I'm not going to get uber technical with you. I'm going to tell you about, the levels, the burn times. I'll kind of rip through that pretty quick. Pause the screen if I'm going too fast for you. I have two colorations of actually the Perun 2 to show you. Here's an orange one in the headband mounted, and this silicone head strap has an overstrap on it for stabilizing a relatively heavy light. It's not too heavy, especially with the 21700. Awesome power source, by the way. I'm very, very excited about it. 5.8 ounces without the headband. I didn't weigh it with a headband. I think it's actually pretty comfortable. I guess I'll talk about it now since I'm showing it to you. I think it rotates too easily where it's supposed to go in the grooves. I actually will put it over this section now to give it, this section right here, the enlarged flared portion of the machined body, to give it more friction, and it seems like it holds this position better. Because when I was running with this would kind of bounce and change directions on you. But it's a simple, effective way of mounting a headband. And this is a 90-degree right angle light, kind of like the old GI flashlights, if you're not familiar with a Perun, if you haven't looked it up. I think their callings really are headlamp lights, really. I mean, you might use the clips, attach it to, sorry, I'm going to cough, edit it out. Yeah, I'm still getting over that sickness. It just never goes away, dude. Never. But you could clip it to your pocket, albeit I don't think there's a lot of traction right here. I have found that putting electrical tape on said pocket or whatever you're doing, maybe it's an LBE pocket or something, will totally help that. Well, one, not flying out. Two, not rotating and keeping the same presentation. So we're looking at a 90-degree angle light here on both of them. The Perun 2, and this is the Perun Mini in black. It will come out, both of these lights will come out in very interesting colors. I've seen a desert camouflage version of this, which is super cool. And then I've got this rainbow edition. I don't know if this is called, it's probably purple gradient should be the proper name. Purple gradient for that one. But another one I saw was a clover gradient. It was like hot lime green coming back to black. Oh, so good looking. Nothing wrong with black though. I mean, it lasts forever. Lasts forever. What do I have in my pocket right now? Well, I still have the S2R baton too. There you go. And that super cool, bright anodized, bright blue. So cool. I finally ordered some clips for that though. They got a few in stock. So I bend these clips, well, frequently. Go watch my Warrior Mini review and I talk about it and give you that rant there. Philosophies of use. They're going to be kind of interesting. Maybe some things you haven't thought about. I don't know if you guys have a Perun yet. If you don't, I highly recommend them. Use my link below to support the show. So I'll try to keep those links updated. They'll take you, it won't cost you anything, and it takes you direct to Olight store. And like I said, that's almost always where I order directly from. And again, I'm buying them just like you are for the same price as you are, by the way. Interestingly, by the way, I'm going to mention this now because I forget to tell you guys. These are Yao Sun Ping tactical gloves. They're like pig tactical gloves. I don't know if you guys remember the pig tacticals, but they're like totally excellent. And they're like 20 bucks. I'll put a link to these below. They're touchscreen capable. Yeah. So guys asked me in the last flashlight review, what gloves are you wearing? And why do you wear gloves? Well, to be cool. That's the main reason. To be cool. So you guys will have to see my ugly hands. That's the main reason. Totally. On we go. So philosophy of use. I would say this is a hand warmer light. I know it's funny. Anytime you get a 21700 power flashlight, and this is a backward battery insertion. So remember, positive side down with this 21700. Dudes, I'm going to tell you, and I've said this before, this 4000 milliamp, 3.6 volt battery, proprietary to this light. I don't care. I just love it. I love this power source. It is a firepower power source. I mean, this bitch puts out 2,500 lumens. Yeah, a Perun 2, 2,500 lumens. Now, it's only going to do it for 2 minutes, and it's going to start ramping down. You can look in your instruction manual. It'll tell you how it ramps. I'm not going to waste time here. But, dude, it is an amazing power source. And the engine of a flashlight is the battery. And the reason that Olight wisely got away from CR123 batteries is so they could get those amazing brightness levels and amazing burn times. And this is why. So once again, I'm just so elated about it. But anyways, it goes down. The battery goes down like this. And I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, hand warmer light. So this will put out a lot of heat, and I told you it's going to ramp down from turbo mode, right? It will. But it will put out a lot of heat. And in the wintertime, like during a snowy shoot, tactical shoot, drill, soldier boy, something like that, this would be a good way to warm your hands up. Same with this. Well, maybe not the Warrior Mini 2 because it has the protection feature in it. Wah, wah. But the other ones will. Yeah, I mean, it's like it'll ramp down from turbo mode after 60 seconds if it detects an occlusion of the lens. You guys know that, right? Hand warmer, I would say area light. These are very floody in their light presentation, so they're not a thrower. These are area lights, and I'm going to give you some in-field shots of what it looks like at night on the Peruns, and they're fantastic area lights. So around a campfire, you're going to be popular. Maybe annoying, because as you mount it in your headband and you blind everybody as they're telling their stupid ghost stories, they're going to hate you. Although you can go down to like low mode. That's like 30 lumens in this light. Yeah, area light. So anytime you're doing work, and that's another philosophy of use, I use it as a work light a lot. I was laying concrete today at night, use that one. Well, not, there's a Perun 2, the orange one was in the headband. So I was using it and I was like, I mean, I thought it was pretty comfortable. It's firepower, yeah. It's like probably 7 ounces with the band. I kind of forgot it was on there. All I knew is that it threw a beautiful, clean beam. No artifacts. It's a TIR optics beam. So both of these lights with the Mini and the 2 use a TIR optics technology. And I've talked about that before. I'm not wasting time here. Also study lights. So if you guys are in college, you're studying, I think the Mini's probably better for that because it's so tiny, so easy to wear. But I could say the same thing about the Perun 2. Awesome. Let's talk about the brightness levels. Again, I'm going to rip through these pretty quickly. Again, this is a firepower light. Firepower area light, not a thrower. So remember that. So it gives you a very good area beam and does it quite well, but not a thrower. So in turbo mode, and the way I'm going to access turbo is 2 clicks. Actually, that has to be from off. There's turbo right there. So that's the brightest. That's on tabletop again. I'm going to show you in-field footage. It's going to be a lot better. 2,500 lumens for 2 minutes, ramping down. Then we go to high. High's right there. It's 500 lumens, 240 minutes. From 240 minutes, it will ramp down. And remember, when I show you guys in-field imagery of this beam, I'm not trying to match it to what I'm talking about. So it's just kind of going to do what it's going to do. It'll be close, but not exactly. Medium's 120 lumens, 18 hours. And then low is 30 lumens. I think it's like 6.5 hours on that. I could be wrong though, something like that. And then you have moonlight mode. So moonlight, I'm very excited about. I've talked about a lot in my lighting review videos. When it's off, you press and hold, and then you'll go into moonlight. I'll give it in-screen, infield shot of that, and it's just fantastic. And that is 5 lumens, 12.5 days on the Perun 2. Very useful. So when you have night vision in use, like a nod or something, I will use moonlight because I'm trying to retain my night vision too. Actually, anytime your eyes are adjusted to nighttime, moonlight's great. Be a great way to locate your tent as always. And again, the other lights that Olight puts together usually have moonlight as well. This one's the same way. So press and hold 2 seconds and it'll go into moonlight. This Warrior 2. I wonder if it's, there it goes. Awesome. And actually, we'll leave that in moonlight just for fun. The Warrior, not the Warrior, but the Perun Mini is the same way. We'll access moonlight by pressing and holding 2 seconds. That's moonlight. And then if we turn off, it'll cycle through the normal brightness levels, low, medium, and high. You won't cycle through the turbo mode. You're going to actually have to double click and hold to get turbo mode. There it is right there with the Mini. And on tabletop, you can't see it again. I'll try to give you some infield stuff on that. And on turbo mode, the Mini, and it's powered by 3.7 volt, 16340, 670 milliamp battery, which is a lot for a tiny battery. So it's going to give you 1,000 lumens for this mini. That's insane. That's what I'm talking about. That's why they went away from the 123 primary batteries. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's the little short, fat CR123 bats, which are great, but they have their limitations technology-wise, and that's why they're using rechargeable cells in these Olight products. And to recharge these things, you're going to use the included magnetic charging cable. So these are magnetic, of course. Cool Olight coin right here, by the way. So you can attach these to metal surfaces. I do find that the metal surfaces are the magnets in them sometimes is annoying, because if they're in my pocket, they're like attaching themselves to knives. This is a super cool fireball, by the way. Link below. Love it. A lot of team peers hooked into that. But here's the MCC3 up to 2 amp charging cable. I recommend, as you expand your Olight world, that you label these things so you can remember which freaking light it goes to. It's called the MCC3, but it still says MCC 1 amp. You can tell that it goes to this light because it says 2 amp right there. And it will attach to the back right here. I don't have it plugged in, but it will go red when it's charging, green when it's charged. And then this one will take the regular 1 amp MCC 1 amp right here. There you go. Same type of technology. And then both of these will include some pretty interesting accessories. I thought one of them is pretty interesting. This talks about really how high quality Olight is. They give you a freaking threading tool for your lanyard. So you can thread it through the little tiny hole right here. Look at that, dude. It's like a freaking SIM card tool. Isn't that amazing? Here's your lanyard right here. I generally don't use those, but they're included. You get your charging cable. Now, one thing, embarrassingly, I don't have with a mini is it actually has, I'll roll in some images of it, but it has like a Velcro patch that it attaches to. They actually call it a duty patch. You can Velcro it to, well, where your normal name tag would go on your uniform if you're in the military. I flew in the Air Force. It would go right where my name is, and then you can rotate it down. I'm talking about the Mini 2. Super cool. They also include a single headband that you can attach that patch to, so this is also a headlamp. And then this one will have 60-degree rotation in that single strap headband. Again, the Perun 2 will have an overhead strap for stabilization since it's a bigger, heavier light. So those are burn times. There is an SOS mode in these. You can triple click to access the SOS mode. Do I like the SOS mode? You bet. I think it's cool. It's a nice option to have it if you're stranded. This Perun Mini might be a good integration to a DSK, a day hike survival kit. It is only 1.8 ounces. I think a downside of it is that it is a proprietary charging battery, so you can't really put like some lithium batteries in there to throw in there if the battery dies. That's kind of a downside. I do like a light that can have that functionality in a day hike survival kit, or actually a BOK too. This would be a good BOK light. Again, just remember the recharging thing is something. The Mini, incidentally, comes in different Kelvin temperatures. The CW is 5700 to 6700 Kelvin. I think that's what the K stands for. I like clean white light coming out of my flashlights. I would go with that one. They also currently have a 4000 to 5000 K on their website, and all this is subject to change generationally. These lights are going to change and upgrade, but I think the basics I'm covering now, other than improvements to brightness and burn time, will be similar. I think the Perun is selling very well for Olight. That's a feel that I get. This one right now is around $65. This one is around $90. I think they're totally worth the money even at that price because they are so high quality. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the beautiful purple gradient one. Machined helical wraparound on the body of the Perun 2. So cool. Nice clean threads. Look at this O-ring. I usually will put a dab of silicone grease on this. Not a weapon light. This is an area light. So I mean, and again, it's 90 degrees. I did criticize last video. These clips do tend to bend on me. I think they need to improve their materials on them. I will stick with that. I also think they need to stock deeper with these special edition colors. It's getting damn annoying because guys can't get them. I mean, I said 10 minutes and I was kind of kidding, but not really. Like, they'll go out within a day. So if they come out with a color like that and then that clover gradient in a day, they're gone. Both of these lights have a timer function, which is pretty cool. Go into your manual. You can read about it. They also have a lockout function. That's on page 1 of your manual. It's basically pressing and holding for longer than 2 seconds, and then there's a way to unlock it too. I don't really use that too often. I do recommend that when you get these lights, they're going to have a protective film here. I would save this, have maybe a plastic baggie, you put all your accessories in, label it so you know which light it goes to. And then when you charge it up and you store it, which I do with my Olights, put this in it and it will help minimize a parasitic drain for storage, the insulating film. Pro tip from Nothing Fancy. Just saying. Cree XHP 50s, I think, in this one. I'm not sure what this one runs. Super bright LEDs. There's no strobe function. Do I care? Not really. If you get below 10%, these don't have illuminated switches on them like the Warrior series and the Perun series do. So, because here's your UI right here, your user interface. But once below 10%, it'll start vibrating on you, which could be fun out in the woods. I'm just saying. These things do have about a 5-year warranty. I'm going to throw in another minor criticism of Olight. I would really like an easier way to access that warranty and not have to email someone and wait for them to email me back and approve a warranty. I wish you could just go on and self-serve on their website. What's going on? A drop-down menu. Give me an address to send it to. Fire it off. Either give me a new light or fix it. And I told some dude is a donor beneath the Warrior mini series that I reviewed that I've had like only a couple failures, but I actually have had more than a couple. I looked in my written records and I probably had about 5 Olights through the years die on me for various reasons. I have had about 3 warranty replacements. And like I'm saying, I don't think it's super easy or super fast. There are some competitive options, but since I'm a gear adventure channel, I have a lot of content, broad scope content. I'm not going to get these and review them because my flashlight reviews don't get that much support anywho. But Convoy H1, Workhorse HD15, Through Night TH30, Skill Hunt H300 are also right angle lights, and I'm pretty sure they're also awesome. The thing is I just don't know how you can beat Olight for what they're giving you. The special colorations, again, here's these boxes, which you probably should keep forever because they're so darn cool. I don't know, man. They're so awesome. I mean, 2,500 lumens? Are you kidding me? Now, they're saying this thing will throw to 166 meters. I say as if 70 yards is the farthest, I think. If I'm going off, if I'm remembering right, about 70 yards. But it's an area light. It's a floodlight. And that's perfect for that. Here's the back of the package. If you want to pause that, look at the stats. I probably got them wrong, by the way. And here's the Mini 2 back right here. All this is subject to change, generational improvements, as always. Would I buy these? Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm a flashaholic to some degree with Olight and their special edition colors. Here's a freaking S1R baton in blue I bought 2 years ago just because it's so freaking awesome. You going to review that, Nothing Fancy? Probably not. It depends. If this one gets like 40,000 views when I post it on YouTube, yeah, I'll review it. 40K, that's the limit. That's like a fraction of the 1.2 million subscribers I think I've got. Yeah, here's the clip, by the way, taken off that orange one in the headband, and you will have to take it off, and the instructions will remind you, and then you slip it in tail first. Super cool lights, super cool lights. The 90-degree thing is interesting. I think, again, for me and my purposes, I think it's more suited to headband use. I usually find myself using these lights more frequently, like the Warrior Mini. I'll put a link below on this one because it has a straight presentation and I can just clip it right to the bill of my cap. But in the headband, these are awesome. And actually in hand, they're awesome. So it's really comfortable just to hold. and use it that way too. It's a little bit different. You will have to kind of get used to them. Between these two, which one would you buy, Nut and Fancy? The Perun 2 or 3 or 4, whatever comes out later, or the Perun Mini? Mini 2, Mini 3, Mini 4. I say buy both because they both have a very interesting philosophy of use. So when size and weight are critical, I would go with this one. I think it's a great travel light if you're studying, especially if you go to a hotel where the lighting is usually crap, or dorm room. Bring your own light. If you put this in the headband, it's outstanding. But when I'm doing big projects and I don't want to fool around with a light, I don't have to recharge it, and I just want massive burn time, Perun 2 with its 21700 battery. This one is still good, and I have used this one, but I've used it long enough where it started vibrating on me. So it was like, hey, it's time to recharge. I never have done that with this one. It just goes and goes and goes. Yeah, buy them both. They're both outstanding lights, outstanding products. I know. I'm raving again about Olight, but it's genuine. They are a company that, well, they usually do a lot of cool things that people like. I mean, they give you some swag that I think is unnecessary. I mean, I'm never going to use this coin. I just use it for tabletops. Give you all kinds of stuff. Patches, stickers. Look at this one. This is like Fan Day 2021. I mean, they know how to do it. They're very active in social media. But the core of that is they make really excellent flashlights that usually, and I'm talking high percentage, like 95% or more, stand the test of time. I love these lights. And the flashlight review is done. Sorry, I couldn't do it in 20 minutes. Too much to fit into a 20-minute tabletop review. This review, as always, is brought to you by elite TNP donors, some of which you see scrolling across the screen right now. Thank you so much. Stay in the TNP Patreon environment or wherever I might have to go in the future for the rest of your life. That's long term. They give me the funds to be completely independent. Again, I use those funds to buy these. This is a Cold Steel Range Boss, by the way. Another outstanding knife. Yeah, so I'll do a tabletop of this separately. Thanks so much. We'll see you next video. Oh my gosh, so many more fun things to review. That fancy project rolling along. Bye.